Hi, welcome to VNN. We have with us today the dynamic regional councillor of Brampton, Gurpreet Dhillon, who is also a community leader and activist, and who plays a strong advocacy role for residents of Brampton. He has successfully lobbied for affordable seniors transit passes, stopped misleading door-to-door sales agents, that was a very good move, and called for reforms in ride share and taxi regulations, and of course the popular drop-in basketball initiative for youth. Today, he will talk to us about auto insurance rates, a subject that makes every Bramptonian very angry. Welcome to VNN, Councillor Dhillon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, tell us about this, the city's Fair Deal campaign and how it all began, and about the survey that you did.
Well, absolutely. So, Fair Deal for Brampton actually started with our campaign for healthcare, and so we felt like we weren't getting enough funding for our city in terms of per capita. We were one of the lowest funded cities in all of Canada, and so we had one hospital only, whereas Mississauga has 5. Hamilton has numerous. So that's where Fair Deal started. And so what I did was I got it passed in our council that we should have a Fair Deal for Brampton for car insurance as well. So we had created an awareness program at fairdealforbrampton.ca, has all the statistics on how Brampton was, for lack of a better term, was getting the short end of the stick in terms of treatment for us, postal code discrimination, just unnecessary just kind of gouging of our residents. And so we also had a petition, nearly 20,000 people signed the petition. And so that's for Fair Deal for Brampton, the campaign, how it started and how it's evolved.
I mean, did this petition have any effect, you think, on the government?
So we had a report recently from rates.ca. They issued statistics from 2021. They mentioned this initiative that our city started that I was able to get passed. And they said that we were the highest insurance rates before, but the latest statistics showed us that we're now the 4th highest. And our premiums went down from $2,700 to just over $2,700 to just over $1,900. So about $700 they got reduced.
Then why?
So
do you think that it is because of the good heart of the insurance companies, or I mean, there has been a lot of decline in claims because people are hardly driving last year?
Yep. So they had mentioned one of the primary reasons for Brampton was the significant lobbying effort that we had, and so I think when people speak out, I think
it does affect.
These big insurance companies listen. There was a York University study that showed that from the early 2000s to just before 2020, there was billions of dollars of extra in premiums that were charged to Ontario residents. And so that's something that was very concerning, that if you don't have to pay extra, why should you? In one of the, I believe it's Bill 42 that was put forth by the PC government a couple of years back, where they were going to end postal code discrimination. So that bill was in its readings. It got delayed because of COVID. We're hopeful that that bill will be brought back now, and that just because of your postal code, you shouldn't be penalized for it. L6X in Brampton is paying about $3,300 average. That was a couple of years ago. It's decreased now. But it's, we're struggling to get by. Regular people just, tough to get grocery. Gas is at $1.60 now, and inflation is through the roof. Yeah. And so there has to be some type of relief from the government going forward.
So this Bill 42 of this, or ending discrimination in automobile insurance, I mean, are you still pressuring the government to do something about this, or are they ignoring Brampton altogether?
Well, we've been ignored by the provincial government for decades, right? But we're hoping they'll listen this time. They got 20,000 signatures from Bramptonians, and so I'm sure they'll be looking to pick up a couple more seats in Brampton as well. And so if that's of interest to them, I'm sure they'll be open to listening to those 20,000 people. I would say more than 700,000 people that live here who want to see their insurance rates decrease.
But you see, we'll have to see which lobby is stronger, whether the people's lobby or the insurance lobby, isn't it?
Well, listen, insurance lobby has their own bottom line.
Yeah.
And, the bottom line of the people is the bottom line of the people. And that's, where we're looking for the provincial government to intervene and take a look at, how unfair it is for Bramptonians.
Because I think they made record profits during the pandemic, substantially reduced claims, isn't it?
A lot of companies made a lot of money during the pandemic, not just the insurance industry, a lot of other industries. But, just looking on just a basic level, affordability has become such a big issue in Brampton, especially. And, when I say we get the short end of the stick, it's I challenge any other city to tell us otherwise. Because if you take a look in terms of healthcare insurance, healthcare, we're so underfunded. If you look at some of the facilities that we have here, we don't have our fair share. And then you got auto insurance. You look at an issue that we have a lot of precarious jobs. And so we've asked the government to step in. Mississauga just got the largest hospital in Canada. We got 250 beds. They got over 1,000 beds.
Yeah, it's true.
And so we're just asking for a fair deal.
Maybe they allow the Mississauga mayor and the mayor council more. That's what it looks like. When they ask, they get it.
Yeah, well, it's really not about the council here. It's just about the residents. And so that's our concern that, we make life a little bit easier. And Bala, when my dad came to this country in the early 70s, he worked a job in a factory. He was able to provide for his family on one income. But incomes have remained stagnant since 1980.
Right.
And you take a look at buying a house now. In Malton, you could buy a house for $800,000 in September 2020, a semi-detached.
Yeah.
Same semi-detached is selling for 1.5 million. That's like a 90% increase in the house price.
Yeah.
Our wages are at the same spot, and we're looking for the province to help out where they can.
Well, okay, coming back to the insurance thing, I mean, these factors which the insurance companies said, like collisions, additional claims, theft, insurance fraud, are they still prevalent in Brampton, or is it those seen a decline as well?
Well, again, I'm referring back to that York University study. It's a pretty an in-depth study that was done. They said that there was really nominal difference in terms of number of claims that occurred in Brampton. And so, we've talked to a number of people as well for some reforms in terms of how these claims are done. And so, you might get in an accident, your car's taken away. They should have the pictures taken right away of what the accident was. It might go to somebody the repair shop, who might put it as a write-off.
Right.
So that's where a lot of the costs are being incurred for these claims. And so, get an app that you can take a picture right away of what the damage is. So there's a lot of different ways you can, fix the system up. But in terms of Brampton residents, they just want the postal code discrimination to end.
Yes. I was reading, I read the York study. They said, of course, all the benefit costs, most go, hardly anything goes for the rehabilitation of the victims, but it's lawyers and other people involved in the industry. They take most of the money, isn't it? That's what has to stop.
Well, we need a round table on this.
Yes.
I don't, there's also abuse as well. and we're not denying that in terms of some of these claims. You know, I got in a little fender bender in 2016. I mean, as light as you can touch somebody, just touch the car. The lady got out, laid down on the ground.
Yeah, I broke my back.
Yeah, 2 fire trucks came, put a brace on her neck. What can you do, right? It's and it's not just the insurance companies. You know, it's the residents as well, of the people as well. We got to make sure that you know, there's no abuse of the system.
Are there too many complicated regulations concerning this auto insurance industry? Is it because of that?
Sorry?
Other claims go through very easily, but in this, I don't know, so many people involved, so many parties involved.
Right, like I said, I think there needs to be a round table.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we need to have everybody at the table. Right now, we seem to be operating, you know, different parts of the body are operating separately from each other. We need to get everybody on the same page and really discuss the issue and try to get a resolution. We don't want insurance companies losing money. Absolutely not. We want them to do well, and we don't want false claims. But at the same time, we don't want somebody who has a clean driving record to have their rates increase unfairly.
Are you going to take some initiative on this subject for a round table? I think that's
right. Right now, we're looking to our MPPs. There's only so much that a councillor from Brampton can do, or the municipal government can do. You know, we're forced to bring up these issues because we're on the ground level. And so we have to say something. But we don't want to get too involved in something that the provincial government should be doing themselves. You know, we don't prefer necessarily if the province comes in and say, hey, why isn't this street paved? Or, you know, why isn't this street light, the bulb replaced? It's not their place, just like it's not our place. But on behalf of the residents, you know, we have to stand up and we have to, you know, get their voice to the parliaments. And we're looking to our MPPs. A lot of these guys are, you know, busy on TikTok, making TikTok videos. They should be out in the streets getting this petition signed instead.
Right. Will you be doing something about the fair deal on health too?
Yeah, we got the website from the city. We're asking everybody to continue to sign the signatures. We've already sent almost 20,000 signatures for auto insurance over to our provincial counterparts up at Queen's Park. And so, you know, fairdealforbrampton.ca. You can get all the information from there.
Any other new initiatives coming up in the council?
Yeah, and so I'm very proud that I was able to get passed in 2019 that for 2022, our senior residents, anybody 65 and older, bus service should be free. And so I'm very proud that that was passed unanimously. And on February the 28th, bus service for all Brampton seniors will be free. There's two things you need though. One is a Brampton Transit ID card, which you can get from any, there's some temporary kiosks we have open. You can get it from Shoppers World or some of the main bus stations, for example, Bramley City Center. And you also need a Presto card. When you get those two, you'll be able to go anywhere in Brampton or travel anywhere where Brampton Transit services to. It'll be free of cost. And so from February 28th, we'll be giving a 6-week time period for anybody who doesn't have their Presto card to get their Presto card. And then after that, they'll be able to use it. So that's a pretty big initiative that we have coming up soon.
Oh, that's a very big thing. Yes, big thing. And what about, they can be used for transfers also, or you have to pay the extra for the transfers?
Sorry?
They'll have to pay extra for the transfer. If they want to transfer to say TTC or Mississauga, Zoom anyway.
Yeah, this is just for Brampton Transit.
Brampton, yeah, okay.
But if there's a Brampton Transit bus that goes to Mississauga and comes back from Mississauga, they'll be able to access those as well. But this is only for Brampton residents, not for any other municipality aside from ours.
That's very good initiative. Well, thank you, Councillor Dhillon. That was a very interesting discussion. I think I enjoyed it anyway. I think we should have some more of these later talks.
Absolutely. If anybody has any questions,
yeah,
my phone number is 905-794-2510. You can WhatsApp me on my personal cell at 647-863-2510, or you can always email me at gurpreet.dhillon@brampton.ca.
Fine. Thank you, Councillor Dhillon. Thank you.
Thank you, boss.
We had with us Councillor Dhillon from Brampton Council, and you heard him talk about auto insurance and some other issues. And this transit passes for seniors, that was a very good news. I think we'll be publishing that in the next week's edition of the newspaper as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Councillor Dhillon. Thanks.